Right now at 5, it's a first alert day. Greg is tracking a line of storms. Who might get hit and when?
Plus, a stunning new revelation. The new target the alleged Minnesota assassin had in his sights.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. It is an alert day. Greg is tracking a potential line of severe thunderstorms.
Yeah, so let's send it to him. Greg, when can we expect it to start and when will it stop?
Well, right now we're still waiting for a lot of it to get into Minneapolis areas northwest of that city. We've had a few showers and thunderstorms come through the area, but that's not tied to the front. It's more tied to my activity. So until midnight, we do have opportunity. The threat is highest north of I-90 and probably west of the river. Still a lot of question marks with this storm, given all this activity that we've had overall. So if you look at right now, Eau Claire's actually had some precipitation come through, a little bit of a weak system. Otherwise, temperatures there fairly good. There's your activity there for Eau Claire and Ladysmith. Otherwise, the yellow is a tornado watch. That is out until 9 p.m., but that is really western Minnesota and up to Minneapolis. Overall, we're still fairly quiet, too. So you look at only the activity going on is a little bit of shower thunderstorm going on for Rusk County and Ladysmith. A little bit of activities coming through. Eau Claire right now won't be severe, but it's with a little bit of a weak disturbance coming through. Now, later on, we're going to time out that line that's going to be coming. Still a lot of question marks once again when it's going to be coming through, but Eau Claire could see something potentially by 7 to 8. You see the kind of the squall line feature, that bow type shape that's going to be coming. So it'll continue to dive southeastward throughout the night. We'll just have to keep an eye and see how far south this goes. So later on, we'll break down the rest of that storm, what it looks like for Tuesday and Wednesday. And yes, we got some summer heat and humidity in the forecast too. So we'll break all that down a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
And a reminder, you can track weather using the First Warn Weather app. You can get it at the App Store or Google Play.
Well, breaking news out of Minnesota tied to those lawmakers shot. Suspected shooter Vance Belter in court today. He is facing a slew of charges. They include federal murder and stalking. Belter is accused of fatally shooting State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband. He's also charged with shooting and wounding Senator John Hoffman and his wife.
Belter wore a black tactical vest and body armor. He carried a flashlight and a Beretta 9mm handgun. He also wore a hyper-realistic silicone mask.
Authorities also recovered 5 additional guns from the suspect's vehicle and a notebook with more than 45 lawmakers' names.
We also learned today that a top Wisconsin lawmaker was reportedly on Belter's list. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more from the newsroom.
Authorities today revealing that Senator Tammy Baldwin was reportedly on that list. According to a spokesperson for Senator Tammy Baldwin, her name was included on a list of lawmakers found in the alleged shooter's car. Her team says she is, quote, grateful for law enforcement's swift action to keep the community safe and remains focused on the things that matter most here. Honoring the legacy and life of Rep. Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, praying for the other victims who are fighting for their lives, and condemning this abhorrent, senseless political violence. Congressman Derek Van Orden says a threat was made against his family back in May. While his name wasn't included on the list, he says the violent rhetoric needs to stop.
There should be no reason at all that we're trying to perform our functions and worry about leaving our husbands or our wives or our kids and grandkids to go to Washington, D.C. or Madison to perform the functions that we've been elected to do.
Violence in American politics isn't new, but a political expert from UWL says digital media has changed the way it occurs.
It's different now because of the digital age and the risks of people, being motivated to commit acts of violence through what they're seeing online.
Chergosky says online threats and harassment are a growing concern for all 3 levels of government. He worries the uptick in violence will prevent people from running for office.
We need capable, qualified people to want to be in politics if they are concerned about threats and even violence.
The acts of violence in Minnesota raise concerns about the safety of state and local politicians. Chergosky says the Minnesota and Wisconsin state capitals have limited security.
There are not metal detectors. There are obviously security guards there and police, but you don't have to pass a security screening before you can go in. You can just kind of walk right in.
Chergosky says the attacks could also change how accessible government buildings and politicians will be to the public. Reporting from the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. A Monroe County resident is speaking out today against an order to remove pride flags from the Human Services building. Now, the woman is an employee with County Human Services. She and several colleagues hung pride flags inside their office windows this month. Last week, in an email, County Administrator Tina Osterberg asked employees to remove any displays expressing personal beliefs. News 8 has the copy of that email. The reasoning is to, quote, preserve the neutrality, dignity, and historical integrity of our buildings and its grounds. The county employee says workers routinely hang banners or signs for things like breast cancer or autism awareness. She says the pride flags are meant to show they serve everyone.
Because people that are part of this community live in this county. They work here, they're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're your brothers and sisters. And letting them know that they are seen and valued, I didn't believe was a controversial message.
News 8 has reached out to Osterberg for comment. We have not yet heard back.
The Toma man accused of multiple child sex crimes was in court. James Ostinger was arrested in November. He allegedly was caught with images and videos of child sex abuse. He's now facing 26 felonies. A court appearance is set for October 27th.
And a Prairie du Chien man is in custody on child enticement charges. Sean Levick is accused of luring a 14-year-old into his van earlier this month. Investigators say he had intentions of engaging in sexual acts, but the victim got away. Levick, a registered sex offender, is held on a $50,000 bond.
Winona Public Schools are facing a budget crunch. On the line, nearly $2 million in cuts. News 8 Now's Allison Fergott has a look at what's at stake.
The Winona School District had to make a $1.6 million adjustment to their 2025-26 school year budget. And staffing changes will make up a large part of those cuts. Many of the changes are coming from the district's elementary school reconfiguration plan. Overall, there will be 5 less elementary school classrooms across the district. School leaders say the budget adjustments boil down to a mismatch in their funding and the costs to run a school district.
Every single aspect of our district operations continues to become more and more expensive every year.
The district also plans to leave some vacant positions open to save on costs. Last week, Minnesota passed its state budget, which included a $200 per pupil funding increase. But district leaders would like to see more. Now they're hopeful with all the changes they made to this year's budget, they won't need to make as many adjustments in future budgets. Reporting in Winona, Allison Fergott, News 8 Now.
Governor Evers was in La Crosse today. It was to highlight his efforts to expand access to affordable housing. He toured the Collective on 4th, a $16 million housing development offering 62 mixed-income residential units.
It's something that's needed. I mean, this is a wonderful place. We need probably 4 or 5 of these in La Crosse, and across the state we need hundreds of more.
Evers also visited the low-income housing units in Hayward.
Well, it could cost millions to replace the Tank Creek Bridge. It's on the Great River State Trail, and it went up in flames last month. And police say it was an intentional act. Representative Steve Doyle says the damage will trigger a complex state approval process. A traffic alert for Onalaska drivers. Sand Lake Road will be down to 1 lane from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. this week. It's due to construction of a new crosswalk. The city suggests using East Avenue and Riders Club Road as a detour.
La Crosse has a new attraction, and it's free. The Myrick Park Arboretum opened today. The park earned Level 1 Arboretum status, showcasing the city's tree collection. A Wisconsin DNR grant helped fund the park.
A really unique opportunity to test new tree species, and as the zones for tree growth are changing, they actually updated them very recently, so we can see what kind of trees are going to be successful. People can use this as a place to see what kind of trees they want to plant in their own yards.
This opening coincides with Arborist Appreciation Day. World leaders meet in Canada for the G7 summit, how they're responding to trade tensions and Middle East conflicts.
Plus, a new safety system for Southwest Airlines, how it alerts pilots of runway hazards.
Ashley Stars and Stripes sale is going on now. Create your stylish summer sanctuary for less with Hot Buys now just $6.99. For a limited time, you can save up to $1,000 store-wide. Shop more Stars and Stripes deals in store and online. Only at Ashley.
Hey Larson, what are you doing up there?
Hey, I'm up here cleaning my gutters. Actually, we got gutter shutter, but my wife forgot. So I told her I'd hop up on the roof and clean the gutters. What are you up to?
Gutters clogged, my basement flooded, and now I got a mess.
Oh man, that sucks. I'll be right over to help you after these are gone.
Gutter Shutter, the strongest maintenance-free gutter on the market.
Remember, when you think gutters, think Larson, Wisconsin's best gutter experience.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
We want every meal
To be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share. From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together
over delicious food.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah!
Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale is going on now. Save up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Plus, you can snooze now and pay later with 0% interest until 2030 when you buy in store. Shop in store and online today. Only at Ashley.
Well, developing now, new missile strikes in the Middle East. The ongoing attacks happening as G7 leaders meet in Canada. CBS's Torian Small has more from the White House.
Iranian state TV was on the air denouncing Israeli airstrikes at the moment one hit the building. As the state media building smoldered, President Trump appeared to confirm reports that Iran has sent signals it wants to de-escalate fighting with Israel.
They'd like to talk.
Speaking at the G7 summit in Canada, the president said Iran needs to immediately resume talks to end its nuclear program.
Let's say Iran is not winning this war, and they should talk, and they should talk immediately before it's too late.
Speaking from the Middle East, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told ABC News that he thinks killing Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, would end the conflict, not escalate it. While the conflict in the Middle East will dominate discussions with G7 partners, the president is also using this meeting with world leaders to talk trade.
We're going to see if we can get to the bottom of it today.
The president met with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney as the two sides haggle over a new trade deal. Trump declared himself a tariff person.
It's simple, it's easy, it's precise, and it just goes very quickly. And I think Mark has a more complex idea, but also very good.
Carney said during the group session that there would be frank discussions and that not everyone may agree, but they'll work through the issues. Torian Small, CBS News, the White House.
Well, Southwest Airlines has a new safety tool for pilots. It's an alert system that detects blind spots. It gives pilots verbal warnings and text alarms. It could be used if a pilot is about to use the wrong runway or coming in too high or too fast for a landing. Southwest says the alert system is now in nearly all of its 800 aircraft. We'll have more news ahead.
But first,
yeah, we got definitely a line of storms for tonight, but we also got some more activity for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we have definitely some heat coming up for next weekend. And we'll break it all down when we come back on the First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation. Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower.
5-star plumbing service done right.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Behind every exciting moment at Ho Chunk Gaming Black River Falls, there's an incredible team making it happen. It's more than just a casino. It's about our people. Our dedicated, friendly staff create an atmosphere you'll love with warm smiles, unmatched enthusiasm, and exceptional service. They're here for one reason: you. At Ho Chunk Gaming Black River Falls, we're not just coworkers, we're family. Come experience the difference our team makes, where great people create great experiences.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Masterforce Industrial Duty Steel Shelving is a storage solution designed to provide unmatched versatility for your workspace. Pick it up for only $219.79 after rebate. Masterforce gasketed totes are perfect for securing tools and accessories. They're waterproof and built to withstand impact and rugged conditions, making them perfect for any project. Pick one up starting at $14.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 cash allowance, plus $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all. Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
Yeah, we've got an active night ahead, but there's a lot still question marks on exactly how these storms are going to evolve, where that line is actually going to push, and if they're going to severe or not. So stay tuned. There's more updates. Once it starts forming and moving, we'll have a better idea. It is starting to form west of Minneapolis right now with actual tornado on the ground with that. It's just a matter of time when it comes east. Now, this all activity up to Eau Claire and Ladysmith, that's just general thunderstorms that's pushing through the area right now. Otherwise, those are your dew points. We have pushed up in the 70s, so it is a little bit more humid on there, humid today, but that's probably going to change as we go through tomorrow too. So overall, there we go, skip through that. Otherwise, there's your line that eventually is going to start forming at some place. It's going to start doing it. Once it does, then it's going to probably race eastward, and when it starts moving this quick and shows this type of formation, it typically evolves into a damaging wind threat. So maybe by about 7 to 8, you're going to see it come through Eau Claire. Then it's going to start taking a more southerly approach. You can see this little bow shape right there, kind of an outflow of the thunderstorms, which means it is a damaging wind threat. It's going to start diving southward. Now, how long it can persist this activity and how strong those winds can be is the question mark. But eventually this line or this outflow will get through across maybe about 10:30 and then continue to push south. At this point, it's hard to say if we're going to have damaging winds with it or at least a brief gust of wind going over 50 as it comes through. Showers and thunderstorms will continue beyond this, but just general thunderstorms expected. Once we get past about midnight, really all the severe weather is done with. It's fairly quiet night overhead, so stay tuned to that as it comes through. Once it starts moving, it's going to move fairly quick. It's just a matter of how much damaging winds we can get through it. Otherwise, tomorrow, most of the activity will be kind of in the afternoon and really centered south of I-90, as you'll notice here towards the afternoon hour. But overall, still plenty of sunshine. That wind's from the north, so that'll be a little bit less humid tomorrow. You'll feel that. Here's the activity out to Iowa that'll persist into maybe southwest Wisconsin towards the afternoon time frame. Could get a little bit higher to I-90. That's when the shower or thunderstorm chance could exist. Most of the area further north is probably not going to see much in the way of activity going on. Temperatures tomorrow back to the upper 70s or 80, pretty seasonal really, but the humidity levels will come down a little bit. Wednesday looks a better shot to see wider spread showers and thunderstorms going into late Tuesday night and Wednesday. A low will be coming close. We'll start to see precipitation wrap up. This may get a little bit all the way up to I-94 with better chances as you go further south. I think we'll see a decrease in trend towards the afternoon time frame, and then things begin to change as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, and some changes will be kind of interesting. Wednesday's highs pretty much in the 70s, lesser humidity too that day. That's a bigger story also. Thursday, we're going to see temperatures now get a little bit cooler, a little bit warmer, sorry. mid-80s because things are starting to change. A front's going to be coming through, and when we get closer to that time frame, we'll kind of break down it. But Thursday and Friday can be active to the north, showers and thunderstorms, not as active La Crosse further south. Then we get the heat as the warm front pushes north. We all get into the 90s, upper 80s further north. The humidity levels come up, and the overnight lows will be middle 70s here, so quite warm. And then it gets more active as we go to next week. So the 8 days a little bit misleading because if you're up towards Eau Claire North, Thursday into Friday gets more active because there's a boundary sitting there. They'll be more upper 80s Saturday and Sunday, but prepare for a very warm, potentially hot and warm weekend as we get to that point.
Is that humidity Saturday and Sunday kind of
that's going up
akin to what we felt today?
Pretty close.
Oh boy.
Yes. So it's going to be the first taste. There's a major heat wave toward the Central Plains and then eventually the Ohio River. That's where it's going to be going probably at that time too. So the big first heat wave of the U.S., at least in this part of the country.
The humidity is good for your skin though. Everyone's going to look nice and dewy.
There we go. Silver linings.
Exactly.
Thank you, Greg. Well, a tourist's simple mistake at an Italian museum going viral.
The damage and how much it'll cost to fix when we come back.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Are you in need of a new driveway or parking lot? Call North Central Paving for all your asphalt needs. We specialize in paving, seal coating, repairs, crack filling, and new installation. Call North Central Paving today.
We see you out there building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like Estate Weed and Feed with lawn fertilizer, just $29.99. Save up to $60 on select DeWalt handheld power equipment. And Special Buy Ortho Home Defense Insect Spray, just $10.99 after rebate. Starting. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward.
Or get 0% APR plus $2,600 total value on this Sierra 1500 model.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Are you in need of a new driveway or parking lot? Call North Central Paving for all your asphalt needs. We specialize in paving, seal coating, repairs, crack filling, and new installation. Call North Central Paving today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
All right, here's a watch where you sit moment that's gone viral.
Yeah, in Verona, Italy, a couple is seen damaging a Swarovski crystal covered chair. The artwork inspired by Van Gogh. The man sat on the delicate piece, causing it to collapse under his weight. Luckily, the museum was able to restore the fragile artwork.
Okay, well that's good news.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to see in the video like a sign that says like
do not
sit here.
Do not touch.
Because obviously it's not roped off or anything.
Right.
But, and the room itself looks very sparse and there's not a ton of artwork in there.
You know what? That's a good point. He didn't know better.
But it's on a slightly raised platform, so you would think, oh, maybe this is a piece.
Yeah, don't touch it.
In any event, just stand and walk through.
Right.
Don't take the time to sit.
Right. We should learn something from him. I hope they didn't find him. You think they did?
I mean, if they're able to restore it, maybe they go lenient. But Swarovski crystals,
that's
not
expensive.
Cheap.
Yeah, no, that's a Swarovski's crystal. You know your gems, right? All right. Greg has a final look at your forecast right after the break.
How do you find the best personal injury lawyer? You ask other lawyers. Every partner at Bygoff & Rohde has been ranked in the top 5% by their peers. Hire the MVPs of personal injury. Call BGR.
When I was growing up, I don't think I ever thought I wanted to be a roofer. But now that I am, I realize how important it really is. Everything from where we work to where we store stuff to where we live needs to have a great roof. Some say that a roof protects your biggest investment, your home. I say a roof protects your most valuable assets, you and your loved ones. Let us show you what the Larson experience is all about. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
When Arby's says euros, you say 2 for $7. Euros. 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 Louder. Arby's, we have the meat.
Slow down.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks. Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision. But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA. Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre. Nope, just the facts.
Some decisions you can make quickly. I'm all in. But when you're hiring a personal injury lawyer, trust me, you're gonna win big. Do your research and object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
All right, here's a line of storms that are going to be coming through. Potentially about 7 to 8. It could get to Eau Claire. Then it's going to surge southeastward. And it's a matter of time and how strong it gets here, which could be around 10:30 to 11 to La Crosse. We'll keep track of it. Definitely keep on your eye on the app and stay tuned for updates here.
That sounds good. All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 5.
And we'll see you back at 6.